Oh, YouTube, what is really good? My name is Vikavolts, coach of the South Texas Sableyes. Before we get started today, I just want to say that if I sound weird or stuffy or annoying, let's just blame it on the fact that I'm not necessarily sick, but I am having allergies. So like sinus drainage, all of that fun stuff. So if we sound annoying, stuffy, if I cough, if I lose, we're going to blame it all on that. Okay, so this is going to be week 1 of the WBE. I am in Vivid Color, your coach of the South Texas Sableyes, and we're going up against Dan, aka aDrive, coach of the Minnesota Vikavolts. So real quick, I'm going to tell you what Dan has access to, and then I don't really want to go over the sets that I have brought necessarily, just because I don't know how relevant it is that the coaches see the moves and natures I'm bringing out. You'll figure it out while we're playing the game. Either way, Dan has access to Mega Pinsir, Alakazam, Nidoqueen, Alola Executor, Magneton, Wigglytuff, Cloyster, Golbat, Vaporeon, and Charizard. Also, since this is a fun league, let's just go over the teams. That's what this is, just a fun league. So those are the things Dan has access to. The scariest things 100% to me are the Mega Pinsir and the Alakazam. The Nidoqueen's kind of hard to kill, and the Cloyster can set up a Shell Smash, but other than that, I think we're pretty fine. We're bringing a Zapdos with Thunderbolt, Agility, Roost, Drill Peck. This Zapdos has the ability to set up and hit his entire team for like at least 30%, something like that. It actually, I think, almost OHKOs the Mega Pinsir. Drill Peck can do, I think, 70% to Alakazam, and I don't think anything on his team, bar a Mega Pinsir with +2, can actually OHKO my Zapdos in return. So it's really nice. Tauros with Toxic, Double Edge, Rock Slide, Earthquake. This was originally Rhydon, but I got to thinking that a lot of his team is good against Rhydon, and Tauros gives me another Mon that outspeeds Mega Pinsir, so I don't have rocks this week, which is super unfortunate, but I think I had to make that call, and you'll see why in a minute. This is Gengar, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Protect. I debated on putting Disable in one of these move slots, because not many Pokemon can actually, not many Pokemon carry 2 moves that hit Gengar for super effective damage. You can Protect and then Disable one. But I think having Dual Stab Will-O-Wisp for the Mega Pinsir is better. I could be wrong here. This is our Kingler. This is going to be the setup boy. We're going to Agility, Superpower, Crab Hammer, Rock Slide things to death. Hopefully not have to Superpower too much. Superpower really is just here for the Magneton. Otherwise, this would be X-Scissor, because I have a move that OHKOs or chunks everything else, and X-Scissor really only gives me a bonus against the Executor Alola, which I don't expect him to bring, because I have a lot of mons that check it fairly well. And it also is good against the Mega Alakazam, not the Mega, the normal Alakazam, but we can Crab Hammer it to death, so as long as our Crab Hammer connects, we should be good. This is our Mega Charizard X with Roost, Earthquake, Flare Blitz, Outrage. Again, this is a set I was kind of torn on. I think Earthquake is good because it gives me a way to deal super effective damage to the Nidoqueen and the Magneton. I think Outrage might end up doing slightly more to the Nidoqueen. Is that right? No, it does slightly less. So Earthquake's still the play against Nidoqueen. So there's this. And then this is sort of like my anti-lead. I expect to see Nidoqueen on his team, so I expect to just lead with this and click Taunt every time. I don't think Nidoqueen can one-hit me, even with EQ. So hopefully that plays out in our favor. We don't have rocks, so I have to do my best to try to stop him from setting up rocks. So that's the team, and we're gonna go ahead and get connected and get right into this little skirmish here. All right, so we're connected to aDrive, and we are just gonna bring the 6 we talked about bringing. I don't think we changed anything. We were waiting for a little bit, but I'm pretty sure we are still the same. Okay, so the thing that I don't think I said this out loud when I was talking about his team. I didn't know what he would bring as his 6 Mon. I fully expected the Cloyster, the Magneton, the Alakazam, the Nidoqueen, and the Pinsir. I didn't know what his 6 Mon would be. It looks like it's Vaporeon. So to me, this still screams that he can lead off with, let me check it one more time, because it looks like his best leads are Alakazam or Nidoqueen, to me. I don't think he would lead his Pinsir yet. Maybe, I don't know. I also don't think he would lead his Cloyster. Pretty much anything that hits on the special side, at least, I'll be able to tank a hit, like at least one hit with Jinx. Anything that hits physically, though, we're kind of dunzo funzo, which is not great, so. We could be putting ourselves in not the best not the best position right off the bat by leading with Jinx. But if he leads with Nidoqueen, I really want to taunt first turn. Even if that means I have to swallow an attack. Like, even if that means I have to take an attack, I really want to taunt with Jinx first turn, because making sure he doesn't get rocks up is really important to me, especially since my Mega is Mega Charizard. So like, if I have to switch in my Charizard after rocks are up, it's gonna take 50 because it's not already Mega'd, which is just bad. So, all right, good luck. Something I don't think I mentioned is we can't run calcs during the battle because there's a 20-second battle time, or there's a 20-minute battle timer. So we're trying to take 25-second turns. All right, so we got the lead prediction correct. So we're trying to only take 25-second turns, and then on top of that, we so he could just switch out, but I think I have to just taunt here either way. Or I could go for Lovely Kiss on the switch. That seems a little bit better. I'll go for Lovely Kiss on the predicted switch. So he withdrew. I need to move where my face cam is, probably. I didn't think about that. Out into Vaporeon. Alright, so I'm actually going to make myself a little smaller. I'm going to move over here so that I can read all the text. That's something I probably should have thought about from the get-go. Okay, so now you can switch out. There's really not a good place to put my face cam, honestly. I think I go out into ZAPDOS here. It seems pretty safe. All right, let's do it. Because I'm not going to get a ton of damage off on this Vaporeon with my Jinx. I'm not. I'm glad I made the Lovely Kiss play. Taunt wouldn't have been nearly as good. He stays asleep. Okay, so what would be his ZAPDOS counter? I could go... I think I'm going to double here, predicting him to switch. And I'm going to double out into Charizard and Mega Evolve. Because I think that he will switch. If he doesn't switch, then he was just like letting this thing go down. Which is not good for me. Yeah, okay, so he withdraws. So he's got a Vaporeon that's asleep in the back. And he's back in with Nidoqueen, which means he gets rocks up, which sucks. That sucks a lot. Okay. Alright, well, let's go ahead and Mega Evolve. I mean, it's not as bad, but it's pretty bad. Let's go ahead and Mega Evolve an Earthquake. He lives this every time. Which is unfortunate. Wow. What could I have done differently, really? I don't think anything. I would have had to have outed into Jinx here. This gets him rocks. Okay, alright, so my plan of, like, denying rocks did not work out super well, which sucks, but it did not. Alright, so I think we just click Earthquake again. Because it's not like he has a fantastic switch into this thing afterwards. Like, he really doesn't have something that just comes in and decimates it. And we got in before the rocks at least, so that's good. Now I just have to worry about my Jinx taking 25 on switch in. And also, it's not super good that I have to worry about my ZAPDOS taking 25. Like, I have to worry about all these. ZAPDOS and Charizard can recover. Jinx can't. Jinx is kind of like, it's kind of meh now. Alright, so he goes down to this thing. I think I'm fine just hitting it with... And... What do I do here? I think I'm fine just hitting it with 2 Outrages, probably. I mean, if he goes out into Magneton, I don't think I can ever 2-hit KO this thing, but I also don't think he can... Oh, does he get... I don't really know what all attacks this thing gets, to be honest with you. I know that my Kingler can come in and take care of this thing after it sets up Shell Smash, most likely. I'm locked into Outrage, so I just have to not die this turn. Which I think is the wave. I don't think I'm going to die this turn. Like, you get out into Magneton. Yeah, I think we live this every time, right? It's going to do a lot, but we live it. Yeah, okay. So now he gets to go out into Alakazam or his Pinsir and just pick off my Charizard, which isn't great. It's like actively pretty bad. Okay. Okay. Alright, so not the best position to be in. Not the best position to be in. Because I can't do it. I can't, like, switch out at all. Like, Alakazam and Mega Pinsir both come... I mean, he's probably gotten the Mega Alakazam. Or the Alakazam. I guess I should have doubled into Jinx. Just to, like, ensure that I would prevent the rocks from getting up. Because if he doubled into... Yeah. That makes a lot of sense as a switch too, especially when I'm going out into ZAPDOS. I 100% should have just... Alright, so this thing's gonna come in. It's gonna bot me with the Psychic. Real quick, which is not great. And then I guess I have to out into... I don't know. I don't really have fantastic switches either way, honestly. I can go into Jinx, but Jinx doesn't really do much here. Gengar dies to Psychic. I can go into Kingler, but that seems bad. I can go into Zapdos and tank 1 and set up an Agility, which I think is probably my play. So I can go into Zapdos, set up an Agility, and then Roost. I don't know if this ever turns out favorable, like in my favor. I don't know if this ever comes out in my favor. All right, so let's set up an Agility. I think he's just gonna stand and click Psychic. But I think the Psychic should have a max hit of like 70%. From what I was looking at, if this thing's timid and not modest. And we should be at 75 right now. So we should be able to speed up and then Roost. And hope we dodge a Spit F drop. Alternatively, maybe we can provoke a switch here. Yes! Okay, cool. Magneton, right? Yeah. So I can actually 3-hit KO this thing with Thunderbolt. And I don't think it can ever 3-hit KO me. Now it can Toxic me, which is pretty good, but I should be able to 3-hit KO this thing with Thunderbolt. Give or take. And we're faster than his entire team now, which is great. So I'm assuming this thing's gonna go for Toxic. I don't really have a switch in for that, so I'm just gonna stay in. Yeah, it's a clean 3-hit KO. Thunderbolt. Okay, so we should be fine to live this, right? And then now I can just Roost on up. Lose my flying type, so Thunderbolt will do even less. And then if he stays in and clicks Toxic, good play. Or Light Screen. Okay, so I don't know what his set is specifically, but it's looking like maybe he doesn't have the utility moves. So we can't be paralyzed, and we 3-hit KO this thing, which is great. After that, the Alakazam's not really a threat as long as I'm faster than it. And the Pinsir, I think I do like 97% to it with Thunderbolt. Magneton, like in theory, seems like a really good Zapdos check, but I don't think it is. So now this turn, I'm just gonna Roost up again. I think I'm probably gonna Roost up twice. What does he have left in the back? He has a Sleeping Vaporeon, an Alakazam, a Mega Pinsir, and one other Mon that I do not remember. Teleport. Oh, good play. I didn't even think about the thing getting Teleport. Okay, we got 12 minutes left on the clock. So I can't just like keep roosting. I have to click actual moves too. Alright, so good thing we roosted that turn. Because now I can just go for Thunderbolt this turn and then Drill Peck next turn. Thunderbolt should do about 50%. Yeah. Psychic should do at max 70. Yeah, that checks out. And then we're gonna go for a Drill Peck this turn. He could save this thing, but I don't think he will. I don't think he'll save this thing. All I know is that when his Mega Pinsir comes in, I probably just like auto click Thunderbolt because we have to Mega first turn. So he can't go out into Magneton. I think I win this one, right? I'm pretty sure. Because I'm gonna get damage off on the Pinsir no matter what. The Magneton's almost dead. Alright, so he has to Mega this turn. So I'm actually just gonna click Thunderbolt because if he stays in, he has to Mega. Because we're first turn Mega rules. And then this should do about 97% to him, give or take. Like, if I remember running calcs correctly, this should do about 97%. I mean, it's a range, obviously, but it's closer to death than not death. Oh, was that a crit? No, that wasn't a crit. Then I think we just got, like, the highest of high rolls. And I think that kind of, like, scoops this one up for us. I was not super sold. I'm not gonna lie. I was not super sold on Agility Zapdos at all. Like, even a little bit. But it actually pulled through. It pulled through. I'm really surprised. Like, my whole game plan revolved around not letting him get rocks up, and we like pulled through on that as well. Dang, this thing is so tanky. How can you live that? I am a ZAPDOS. I mean, what is this thing's nature? It has to be like specially, well, I mean, that just seems like such a low amount of damage for a ZAPDOS versus Vaporeon. I could be wrong. I thought Vaporeon was like super physically bulky, not specially bulky. Well, it just has a million HP, right? I think is the thing. All right. With this, I don't think there's any way we can lose. We're just gonna click Thunderbolt, and it's actually gonna take this thing out. So we actually are now 1-2 against aDrive Lifetime. This is a good battle. I am really impressed with Agility ZAPDOS. I did not think it was gonna pull through like that, but man, this was a week 1 dub. The ZAPDOS was it came in super clutch. I'm incredibly impressed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm incredibly impressed with ZAPDOS. So that was a great game. Definitely go check out aDrive's side in the description below. There will be a link to it. 100%. If you're not already subscribed to him, what are you doing? Go do that. And you know, next week I think we play Jodor, and I 100% thought I was gonna lose just because I've never beaten aDrive. I am a little sicky, a little bit. I mean, it's not enough that it's probably noticeable, but I feel like anytime something is like slightly wrong with me, it is amplified a million times, and when I'm trying to record. Anyways, so I'm kind of excited, you know. This is our first Let's Go battle to go up on the channel, and we came out with a dub because Agility ZAPDOS is actually the GOAT. So thanks so much for watching. Once again, check out aDrive. Leave a comment in the comment section down below, please. It would mean the absolute most to me. Other than that, if you're new here, you should click that subscribe button. I will be in the WBE and hopefully trying to find some secondary form of content to upload on a weekly basis for the upcoming months of the upcoming months of the new year. And other than that, you know, leave a like. You just talk to me. Follow me on Twitter. Link in the description down below. I can't think anymore. I'm kind of done here and I gotta leave, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We are now 1-0. We face Jodor and the Seattle Seahawks next week. Bye.